This is your host, T West. Welcome to Afro Synergy.
Why every black person who dies in the United States should be buried within 24 hours.
It's another disappointing answer for parents determined to know what happened to their son before and now after his death. And they admit they're struggling.
Unbearable, just about. Only thing that wakes you up in the morning is just to keep pushing.
Victor Blackwell joins us now. This is an unbelievable newspaper inside this young man's body. I understand there's an investigation into where Kendrick Johnson's organs went and why. What do we know about it?
Well, Anderson, we contacted the Georgia Secretary of State's office because they issued licenses to funeral homes. We wanted to check on the history of Harrington Funeral Home. And when we told them why we were calling, they decided that they too wanted to know where are Kendrick Johnson's organs, and they wanted to know more about this process, this practice of stuffing bodies with newspapers, something that they'd never heard of either.
How was the family's autopsy doctor able to determine the cause of death then?
Yeah, I asked him, if the organs aren't there, how can you determine how Kendrick died? Well, he says that essentially blunt force trauma was not in the organs. It was in the right side jaw, which was actually noted as bruised during the paramedics report on the day he was found. He dissected the jaw, which had not been dissected in the first autopsy, found bleeding under the skin. He dissected the left side as well, did not find the bleeding, and he concluded that that bruising indicated, also with the bleeding, that there was blunt force trauma, that Kendrick took that blow to the neck.
You know, Victor, one thing I hadn't noticed, and actually a viewer who works in gyms noticed and tweeted me about this the other day, was that it looks like all the mats are rolled really tightly, except for the one that Kendrick was found in. That seems to have had a large opening.
Now, it is the funeral home that prepares the body for burial. It is the state of Georgia, as in literally every other state, that performs autopsies in which you can remove organs for testing and then place the organs back into the body. So it is the state of Georgia that removed those organs, not the funeral home, but the state of Georgia. The state of Georgia say that they did not do it. They told them, you need to talk to the funeral home. The funeral home says, well, there were no organs when we received the body. It is common procedure for the state to do that. So we have some terrible, terrible things going on in the state of Georgia. But Georgia is not the only state. Many other states are doing the same thing. There is a huge racket that is happening with organs. And that again is a case for quickly burying your people and not allowing these devils, these thieves who are hungry for money, to desecrate the bodies of your loved ones. Put them in the ground within 24 hours. Don't give these pale-skinned devils enough time to steal the organs, to desecrate those organs, to profiteer from those organs. This is what happened with this young man. Two things that were wrong with it. He was murdered, and then the state of Georgia covered that up, said that he asphyxiated himself when he crawled into that mat. That's a lie. Similar to the lie that is being told about the young man who was ran over by the police car. Oh, the car didn't hit him. He simply suffocated, choked himself to death, asphyxiated himself underneath the police car. Now, that was in the state of Florida, next to the state of Georgia. So we got some good old-fashioned cracker, honky, pale-skinned devil type behavior that's happening in those southern states. I have to call it what it is. That's exactly what's happening. And you're going to have to put an end to it, but you got to think. Put your loved ones in the ground quickly. Don't waste any time. Don't give these devils no time to carry out their evil doings. This is T West with Afro Synergy.